Nithyanandam. Let's start with the Guru Vandanam. Let's sit straight. Visualize Swamiji in the third eye. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kiram Gagana Sadusham Tattvamas Vilakshyam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavaditam Trigunaraitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam, welcome to Kailash Courtyard Manifesting Power Session. Welcome the God and Goddesses, all the Paramashiva, the state, space, powers and super consciousness of Paramashiva. So beautiful, Swamiji is giving us a whole gift of library everywhere in the world. His gifts are uncomparable. All the time he is always into giving us the new gifts, new possibilities, new avenues, new manifestation. Every day Gurukul Balasans come and do the power manifestation. And every day they have a breakthrough. Literally they're having breakthrough every day. The beautiful space is consistency of coming and making the manifestation every day happen. Yes, many are saying they're coming for during the satsang, but satsang also they are not there and then they log off that also. It becomes a reason to not do something. Swamiji gives a past can be rewritten. Such a beautiful space he has said. Past can be rewritten. When we understand how the past happens, we can rewrite the past so beautifully with Samskara Dahana Kriya. Samskara Dahana Kriya is given for us to do before we go to sleep, before we reboot the system. Every day sleep is a reboot of the system. And before we reboot the system, if we understand that we can literally drop all the incompletion, the compare reality towards making it all the existential reality. Swamiji beautifully says, death is the only thing which is fact, which is truth, which is reality. Like that, now is also there, which is fact, which is truth, which is reality. Everything happens in the now. So past is also happening right now. So when I am doing the reliving of the past, when I become 6-year-old, like in the dream, you become 6-year-old and you sit and write the exam and you complete the exam. And you are sitting with your husband who's there at 40 years, 30 years, and you're still writing the exam and completing with the exam. Understand, you are 10-year-old, 12-year-old or 15-year-old. Your husband is also sitting and writing the exam who is 40-year-old. In the dream, it's so funny, but we relive beyond the idea of time. It lives there and simply completes you. All the incompletion that we have, we live it in the dream and we complete it. So every time we understand, when I relive as not remember and live, relive as a 6-year-old. There is incompletion. Somebody doesn't feed. I wanted orange. They didn't give an orange and I'm crying and I'm incomplete. So when I'm reliving that situation, I become that 6-year-old and I relive. So I am in the past rewriting it. I'm going back to the past, in the moment, in the now, and going and making the past irrelevant, redundant. That situation is irrelevant and redundant. Now, with this powerful cognition, it doesn't anymore that emotion should not affect me. And when I am there itself, that emotion in that 6-year-old should not affect me. That is samskara dahana kriya. I'm not remembering it now and discarding it. I am reliving it and discarding it. That is where they don't do the samskara dahana kriya properly. When we remember something and relive it as it is, that day, what dress I was wearing, what dress my mother was wearing, Why was she shouting at me? Why was I crying? Everything reliving exactly how my whole body was shivering, how I wanted some water, everything, what happened that day, that moment, I relive that exactly. I go to the past to rewrite. When I go to the past to rewrite the whole thing, then I am releasing my emotion in the present moment now. The present moment, if it is caught by the past, then I don't have a present moment. I'm only living the past. When I let go the past emotions, I am living the present moment. I am in the now. The more and more we let go the all the emotion component that we are holding back of the past in the present itself doesn't happen. Then we are constantly in illusion, delusion, creating the same confusion again and again. If we go back and relive and release that, simply we'll see that in the present we don't have those thoughts. Suddenly we are very clear. Hey, everything is so clear, I'm not getting disturbed. Even though the same situation is happening again, like I have a problem if in the my past at 6 years somebody did not give me orange, so I was crying and saying orange is not tasty, I don't like it, so I don't eat orange at all for my life. Now somebody gives me an orange, simply I look at them and say thank you and I take it and eat it. Oh wow, it's so nice. I have forgotten that I had a problem with the orange that I lived. When such a beautiful instance, Swamiji says, when a guy goes to Sharada Devi, he was into all the womanizing and all the bad things. So he goes and Sharada Devi doesn't even look at him. And he goes and sits and says, Mataji, please relieve me of all the nonsense that my head is going on. I don't know how to get out. You help me. So she gets a betel leaf and puts it down, and with her toes, she just pushes it to him. She doesn't even give in the hand. And he takes the leaf and goes off. After so many years, he writes the reminiscence saying that, oh, after so many years, like 14 years or so, he remembers the incident even happened with Sharada Devi giving him the betel leaf. He has forgotten that he was ever a womanizer, ever was having a problem. He went to Sharada Devi. He had this betel leaf. Only after that he had the whole problem gone. He forgot about the whole thing for 14 years. And then he realized, hey, this betel leaf has changed my life like anything. After 14 years, looking back that nothing has happened for 14 years. Understand how Swamiji many times when he just touches, so many people who are smoking just drop the addiction. Smoking, drinking, just like that. After that, they don't drink at all. They don't want to drink. It's not they don't have the drink. They don't want to drink. They say that's not anymore making me anything, feel anything. So I don't want to put it again. And I don't feel like having it. Why? I know it's made me suffer. Why should I do? I got a boon to live my life without that. Simply, I want to raise myself without it. So many addictions, so many problems, just by one touch of Swamiji, they have gone out of it. Samskara Dihana Kriya, Swamiji has given is the biggest boon in the society to rewrite our past. Such a amazing, such an intense space it creates, pulls us into the existential reality. We are always caught up in comparative reality. Comparative, for example, sun. Sun is always sun, whether we believe it or whether we describe it or we understand it. Sun is a sun. But when it comes to gold, we all give value to it. So gold is a gold, diamond, money. All this is selective reality because we are all in a group selecting the price of it and saying this is valuable, this is not valuable, and then we are living. So that is not the true reality. When you do samskara dahana kriya, you're pulled into the existential reality, because existential reality opens up in the now. And when you release the emotion in the past from the patterns fall apart and only thoughts are there. When it's thoughts, is easy to handle one thought at a time and complete with that and complete the whole process. But when it is a pattern, it is like a bundle, you can't do anything, it just hits you, especially when you are not aware of it, especially when you yourself are upset about something, it just adds on and just collapses you. Instead, when we do samskara dahana kriya again and again intensely, what all happened in my childhood, again and again I relive that. Again and again I go to the past and complete with that. Suddenly I say, I am able to handle all the situation right now. What happened to me? The same situation yesterday happened. I was too scared, but now it's perfectly fine. I can handle it. I know what to do. Instead of getting disturbed, instead of throwing tantrum, I just know what to do. I'm so clear what life has to happen for me and how I exist in life. We start living in the now. The thoughts per second comes lower and lower. Life becomes so clear. We know what we want, we know what to do, we know how to handle things. Everything falls in place so beautiful, and life becomes a joy. So here I want you to look at, first we can't do the samskara dana kriya fully, but I want to look at you to look at all that which is reoccurring again and again, things which occur again and again in your life, causing you to become incomplete. When you see yourself, something is repeating and puts you into powerless space, then take those moments and look in. Wherever the powerless is happening, that is, you're getting angry, you're getting upset, you're getting guilty, whatever be the emotion can happen, because emotion maturity only opens the gap between the thoughts. The emotional maturity, that you're not getting affected because of the outer world. More and more you are emotionally clear. When the STK, when you do, the past is so clear, present is so clear, so there's no emotion in it. Simply you open up for the higher realities. So the beautiful space Swamiji has given to rewrite our past. So at least let's recognize what is the past that we need to complete, and look at it from the space of now. When we complete, how beautiful it is, how we can live as the existential reality, and how we don't have to suffer with all these relative realities. Relative realities is our relationships, our job, our people, everywhere you have the incompletion. Look at it from the space. What is the existential reality there? Why are you upset? Why are you powerless? And go back now, write down at least, and go back to where you started feeling that as a kid, as a youth, how you started experiencing that below 21, and look at it and see why you have that pattern in you. Accept the joy and bliss in and being comfortable everywhere with everybody. Unless we are that, we have something incomplete in us. So let's look in and complete with all that which is sitting inside, and which is growing and waiting to dissolve us. Instead, let us look at it and dissolve the whole thing. Emotion component goes off. Simply gold will be gold, mountain will be mountain, everything will be as is, and you will be living the ecstasy, the blissful life. So let's take 5 minutes, write down all that incompletion that we are holding is reoccurring again and again, and look at it from the space of now, and complete, make it redundant, and take it to samskara dharya. If it's still not getting completed, sit in the night with a mirror, look in yourself, and completely drop the whole cognition after reliving it again and again, with yourself, with the mirror, and with your friend. And completely by the time you're with your friend, like you don't feel even telling there is a problem. It's gone. It's most often not. The first time you tell, the second time it's like, hey, I don't even feel like telling. I don't even feel that it's there anymore in me. So you start feeling such a confident space. So from that context, let's start taking few minutes to write down our incompletion, which reoccurs very often in our life. Whichever powerless space which occurs again and again, write them down. And let's complete with the power of now. So we are going to play the Mahavakya. If you have any question, you can put it in the Zoom chat.
Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
The Shastra Pramana for the power of materialization is taken from the Shiva Sutra, Sutra 1.19. Shakti Sandhane Sharirotpatihi. Shakti Sandhane Sharirotpatihi.
By aiming and fixing the self on Shakti, uniting in oneness with the supreme power, the embodiment of that which is cognized and willed, manifest at once all the dimensions. The beautiful space is by aiming and fixing the self on Shakti. When we do samskara dahana kriya, when we become more and more clear, then only we are able to do the aiming and fixing. The clarity that happens brings that beautiful space of how we can manifest ourselves on the Shakti to stay in the power of now and not get disturbed by what is happening in the outer world. The only solution that we have again and again is samskara dahana kriya. When we do the samskara dahana kriya, we remove that whole component which is constantly deluding us. Whatever is happening in the outer world is only delusion. We are able to see that very clearly when we remove the emotions from the patterns by doing the samskara dana kriya, and every night just sleeping into abhayam sarva bhudebhyo, conflict free life, where we just opened the tent and we created all these beings, all the things. Now I'm closing back the tent when I go to sleep, and simply everything fall in place. I feel the deep oneness that happens. And when oneness is connected with the Paramashiva, that we realize the deep oneness is nothing but the space of Swamiji happening in us as our reality. Like Swamiji says, when things were removed from me, I did not feel that it was removed, but I felt more connected. Like he said, when I had to be without Arunagiri Yogeshwara, I simply start looking in and I found him there. It made me more concrete, more connected to him than before, because he is now possessing me. Understand, he said, when I left Arunachala, it is the most something which I can never leave. And even my people used to threaten me, anything if I don't do that, I'll be taken out of Arunachala. And simply when I let go even Arunachala, I understood the whole universe. Everything is such a beautiful space as Arunachala itself. When he understood the higher reality that he existed, by letting go the smaller reality, that is when you are able to understand the existential reality, the self on the Shakti, to manifest all these powers. Make your inner space completely empty. Connect to Swamiji in deep oneness. We'll post the instruction now. Connect to Swamiji in deep oneness. Understand the years of implanted in the now. The now is the moment of Srishti Sthiti, Samhara, Trobhava, Anugraha. When Samhara is happening, be very clear, Master's there holding you completely. Whatever surgery he does, it is only done in only removing what is not required for us. Life is auspicious. Everything has to happen. Things have to be removed from us in all possible ways. How we are constantly having so many breathing out, or bodies leaving so many things out, it is part of our system. The same thing in mental also, we have to remove it. Wherever the attachment is very strong, whichever you think I cannot live without that, Kalabhirava will exactly remove that only. Wherever you have fear that without this I cannot live, samhara will exactly happen there only. And that cancer will be removed, because that is something which has to be removed from you. Again and again, it is removed for a good cause, making us more and more complete, more and more blissful, more and more happy. What Kalabhairava is doing is the ultimate gift. So bless him when samhara is happening, and then the trubhava happens because of samhara, and anugraha simply liberates you when masters having that beautiful space, oneness space with you. So Swamiji has already initiated us in all these powers. All we need to do is intensely connect, chant the Mahavakya loudly into the space you are vibrating, and see your materialization and levitation happening continuously in you. Just be with the Mahavakya, contemplate on these 5 actions of Paramashiva. In permutation combination becomes 25 actions. Contemplate how it is applied on your life in different ways. While you contemplate all that, chant the Mahavakya deeply, simply you will levitate and you will materialize. So let's start with the Mahavakya.
See yourself as 25-headed, 50-handed Paramashiva, as eternally 16, youthful. Commit with Paramashiva. Only he exists. Anything else is delusion. Now, sit straight. We'll enter into the process.
Nithyananda Paramashivam. Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pool, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pool, let the Vanni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vanni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om
Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pool, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pool, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pool, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva
Yes. Please go ahead and share all the details in the Kailash Courtyard Manifesting Power group. All the leelas of Paramashiva, the levitation, materialization, powerful clicks, all that, go ahead and post it in the Kailash Courtyard and share with as many people as possible and bring them for the satsang and let them also get initiated by Swamiji. The more and more they are getting out of delusion, the more and more life is going to happen so beautifully for them also. So go ahead and post it and share it with everybody. Every day, take few minutes for that. Simply, Swamiji is giving the ultimate reality for all of us to experience. All we need to do is share with everybody because that solidifies in us mainly, not only help others. First, ourselves, it becomes very concrete. When we start sharing and contributing, it becomes beautiful in us. Such a beautiful space. Let's surrender all these Shaktis to Swamiji's lotus feet. Let all the Shaktis become more and more Buddhi in us. With that, let's sit straight, visualize Swamiji in the third eye and end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam Padakarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you, everybody. See you all in Satsang. Nithyanandam.